we have this landscape, so it's not depressing for us. It was, it was quite fantastic for us to be, because I love to do this film, which are done on location. So you travel, it's about 5 hours drive from Reykjavik, and when you don't have this 9 to 5 work, you just show up and you stay there, and it becomes a little family with the crew and director and actors. So I love to do it like that.
How long did you shoot?
It was a 3 months period. It's a little bit long because we had these visual effects, of course, with the lamp, and it was strange a bit and very nice because we had the lamp, and when we had scenes with the lamp, then we had to do it like, okay, we shot it once, and then we had to do, then we had to lock it, and we had to do it always 4 times. That's why it was a 3 months period, because we had if we had scenes with the creature, we did it once with a puppet, with a lamb head on it, and then we had to do it with a real lamb. Somebody was holding the lamb, and people were clapping or yelling, "Hello, hey, hey!" Because we had to make it look at the right time in the right direction. Then we finished that, and then we have to do it with a 4-year-old baby. We had like 3 or 4 babies, and they were marked in the faces and with a little cap on their head, which all marked for the computer. And when that was over, we had to do it with a little globe turning around, and we always had to do it 4 times. So we sometimes when we had the lamb scenes, we had only like 2 or 3 scenes over the day. Yeah. So I really cared for, and I thought of all the Hollywood actors who were playing in the superhero movies with green screen and stuff. I thought, oh, how do they feel, Yeah.
But still there is a very natural dynamics between you two and the child. So this is quite interesting how you managed to do it.
Yeah, we are actors. Yeah, fake it until you make it, until it's in the can.
Because as I understood that there were several children playing.
Yeah, I think there were 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5 children, and then we had, of course, yeah, all the other stuff, all the lambs. We had a few lambs and few mother sheeps, because one was good in that, and the other, they have their talents too. Yeah.
They look very talented and very disciplined.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes they were, doing a better performance than we did.
Mogoče kakšno vprašanje iz publike, tamle je ena gospa že prej.
Hi. I was actually wondering if you maybe know some of the symbolism, because I noticed that the mother's name is Maria, and she's not really the mother, and the brother's name is Peter, but your name is Ingvar in the movie.
Yeah.
And then also the second hybrid goat came, and I thought, was this from your folklore from Iceland? Or?
Well, I think nobody really thought about the symbolism. I've been asked that many times in interviews, but it was not the main issue. It seems like it just happened. It just happened. It was not something we talked about, Maria and the Christianity in the film. But it's very nice that it is there, because some people can read into it, But it was really not the main thing that we thought about. No.
But the folk tales are present in the script, in the story, in the atmosphere. But is it a concrete, or is it just association?
No, I think we have really many folk tales in Iceland. And so the atmosphere it's quite similar of many folk tales we have, but this one we don't have. So it's not taken from one of them, But it's yes, definitely has an atmosphere from it, Maybe it's why why they told this story like that. We have these trolls and elves and hidden people, and the atmosphere is very much like that in the film. The breath and something is there out there, and you don't know when it's going to, come to the character and hit the character, meet the character. But so it definitely has the breath of it, but this is not a story we have originally.
Would you say there is an atmosphere also of this crash between man and nature, like it is in the film, also in the tradition?
No, not in the tradition. No, I think they told the story like this. At least when I read into the story, I think they want to have it layered. The writer, the co-writer, Sjón, who is a surrealistic writer in Iceland and very known, and also the director who wrote with him. I think they want to have the story a bit layered. For example, when I asked them on one meeting before we did the film, I asked, what would you say this film is about for me as an actor when I go into it? And they said, what do you think? So they really don't want to answer anything. But my read of this film is like environmentally. How do we say this in English? Environalistic or what? Environmental. Thank you. For me, it's about that. It's about that we are takers. In modern society, we take from the nature everything we need. We think we need, and these people take something from nature to fill a gap inside them. And in the end, the nature finds you and makes its revenge on you. That's my take on it. Mm.
Yeah, but here it's more complicated and beautiful because they take to calm, to relieve the pain, not because of the greed.
No.
It's
but,
not so black and white.
No, it's not. But still, many things we do in life, I think we need. We also think it's not so bad. It's very hard for us to park the cars and go back to horseback riding. Which would be the best thing for nature. Yeah.
Tam je bilo še eno vprašanje.
What was your reaction when you first got the script, when you read it for the first time? Did you ask yourself, what the fuck is this?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, because it's very common when you get a role as an actor, then you always start just on your piece, You start to read it from your eyes, and you always stop when you're reading your piece. And then you never get the story straight in the first reading. So after the first reading, I was exactly like that, your own words. What the fuck is this? What am I doing here? But I loved it after the second reading and the thought after that. Then I started to love the piece and get some understanding.
Še kakšno vprašanje?
I just really like the music video scene, so I was wondering if it's real or if it was like made for the movie, the song.
Yeah, we did the scene. We did the scene beforehand, and then the music came afterwards. So we had the scene, and the composer he was not. We didn't get to him. He was working abroad, so we were waiting for him. So we had to make something up, and we did that, and then the music came afterwards. Yeah.
Še kakšno vprašanje? What about all the physical work at the rural work? You seem both of you, Nume and you, look very at ease with this work. Did you prepare a lot, or
No, I think Icelanders are very, close to nature. I have horses. I have stables on the edge of Reykjavik, very close to the town, and so I'm a little bit of a farmer in a city, And then it was very common for my generation that we were, for example, when I was 10 years old, I went to a farm over the whole summer. Parents used to send their children to a farm to make them grow up a little bit, and work on a farm was very common. So I was driving a tractor at 12 years old, and I was there until I was 16 every summer. So we are close to the countryside and close to the nature in Iceland. So it was not a big of a preparation.
But then delivering a little lamb.
Yeah, I've never done that
being
before.
filmed at the same time, it's probably not so easy. Or?
No, it was. I think we delivered like 4 or 5 lamps, because we have to do it again. We have to do it again. So we have to. I think it was 4 or 5, and we were always in a pause, and then we were called, and it's one sheep going to deliver right now. So we have to go, and then we had to straighten the costume and deliver a little lamb. Wow. That was fun, though. It's not so hard.
They do it half of it themselves, probably the sheep.
To themselves.
Yeah.
I think nowadays you always have to help them a little bit. Yeah. They in the farms they wake up. They always have 2 people watching at this period of time when they are giving birth. So they have to help them.
Še kakšno vprašanje, mogoče kakšna misel?
Can you say something why he picked Numi as a character? She's not from Iceland.
Yeah, well, Numi is why he picked her. It's very good to have a Hollywood star in a film to distribute it. And she is also a great actress. And she is, in fact, she is half Icelandic. She grew up in Iceland until I can't say exactly, but I think until she was 10 or 11 before she moved from Iceland. So it was and also it was a nice thing to have such a big name for the film, and also she's a very good actress and very professional. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know the full story about that, but I think she's co-producer because they didn't afford to pay her such a huge amount of money. So she loved the script, so she decided to be with us and be a co-producer, on the way. Yes, she was really, I was really expecting her to be a little bit with her nose in the air, a Hollywood star now and stuff. But she's definitely not like that. She's a really down-to-earth person and really professional. And we hit it off right from the start, working together. Yeah.
And then there is another name in the credits which is famous, or also here he's very popular, let's say, Béla Tarr. The director Béla Tarr is one of the co-producers.
Yes.
Did he come to the shooting?
No, I never saw him, no.
Lurking in the back.
No, I never saw him there. It's too cold for him in Iceland, probably.
Probably. Perhaps še kakšno vprašanje, mogoče? What about the reception of the film in the Iceland? Did people connect to the story, or was it too strange for them?
In Iceland, I will have to say that abroad the film has, done very, very well, but in Iceland it did not so well. And probably it's because we we have made so many farm movies, you know, it's lamb and rams, and you know, probably it's just because that. Now we just want criminal stories or something.
But obviously the reception of the film around the world was wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
Got many
Yeah.
prizes on different, for different segments of the film.
Yeah.
And, but were you also around with the film at some
No,
places?
I just went to Cannes because you know, I had only been there one time, so you have to go to Cannes, you know, just to explore it, how to be a movie star, you know. And no, then I didn't have the time because the money for Lamp has run out, so I had to work.
No, I was wanting to ask you if you think that people in different parts of the world perceive the film differently.
I'm sure about that. I'm sure about that. You know, I was telling you before. Sometimes, you know, for us, the Icelanders, we you know, we maybe don't because we are talking about the landscape, and probably you feel something about Iceland that Icelanders don't notice anymore. You know, you have the mountain outside of your window, and you stop seeing it. You know. But the other countries, they look at it maybe with much better glasses than we do. So maybe it's that. I don't know.
Also because the photography in the film is so meticulously made, was it like dominating when you were shooting, or were you relaxed while acting and so on?
Yeah, we were really relaxed, like acting, and he's a really nice cinema photographer, Eli, and but it was I think it was unbelievable because he's not a first timer as the director, but it seems that, you know, they're pretty new to making feature films, and it's always a little bit of fun to be with newcomers into the brands because everything becomes so special. Everything is so, you know, you care about everything so much. And it was just about that. It was done with a big love in our hearts. And everybody wanted to do a great job. And so it was never a burden. It was always a joy.
Še kakšno vprašanje, morda kakšna misel?
Yeah.
Since it's his first film, were you aiming all the time very deliberately realism, hyper-realism, or were you all the time reminded of something else, of this other thing also?
We, as you know, as the actors playing in it, because it's not realism. In fact, the whole film, like The Lamb, and it's an adventure and it's a spooky story, but that's why we wanted, and the director wanted us to play in hyper-realism all the time, because otherwise it would be something else, and I think it benefits the story to do that. Yeah.
Is the production of films in Iceland, how many films do you make a year? And as we were talking, you play also in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So is it easy or difficult for you to play in the films? Do you play enough? What do you think? And
Yeah, I would love to play more in films, but it's you know, it came a period of time, like 7 years. I wasn't much in films, and I think it's because it's a very small market. We are only like 350,000 people, so you're very quick in Iceland. If you're in every film for 3 or 4 years, it's very, you know, people get bored. You know, they want new faces and stuff, and so it's not a big scenario. You know, you have to change people and change. But we are starting now to do more films, and I think it's always getting a little better. I think we do like now 5 or 6 or 7 films a year, and we used to do, when I was starting, like 1 or 2 till 3. So it's always increasing. So yeah, we love that as an actor, to do that.
Does it happen to you that you play similar roles in the films? Did they cast you as similar characters or not?
Yes, it has happened. Yes, of course. Yeah, it has happened. It's maybe my role to keep the distance of role if I have played policeman too often, you know. Could I play the criminal for now? You know. Yeah, you have to do a little bit. Yeah, what's that? What's your career?
So you're more the righteous guy, the policeman, the good guy.
No, I just took it as an example. I've never played a policeman.
Mogoče še kakšno vprašanje? Then I would like to thank you for this talk
Thank
and for
you.
the film
Yeah.
very much.
I will. Thank you very much. I would like to thank all the people who invited me here. It's fantastic to be here, and I will have some time to discover Ljubljana, and I would love it. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Hvala.